Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to another second channel video. And sometimes when you read the YouTube comments, you find really insightful looks into people's lives, and sometimes you find things that make you kind of hate humanity. And that's where the Nuke map comes in very handy. This is a handy dandy website that allows you to simulate a nuclear weapon going off somewhere near you. Let's say, for instance, you're getting a ton of comments from Scottish people saying, aye, Scotland is a country, regardless of what you say. Then maybe you could get some of your catharsis out by making Scotland turn into this. Easy thing to do, everyone loves to do it, and so this map allows you to simulate how many people would die if I was to put, say, a Nagasaki level nuclear weapon in the middle of Edinburgh. And the answer to that question is 74,000 people would die if you dropped a nuclear weapon right there in the middle of a city. And that's not even the UK, which is, fun fact, the country's biggest city. If you look around and you drop it in, say, I feel like Manchester's gonna give you a good one, right? If you drop this same nuclear weapon but in Manchester, you can kill a whopping, surprisingly few. Only 46,000 people in one nuclear attack. What do we call this? This is disappointing is what we call this. And so yeah, as a result, it's really fun to look around this nuke map and see how many people could you kill with a nuclear weapon, because this is a great website that allows you to see all sorts of different things. And you know what? I love nuke map. I want to talk to you about it. But first, you might be able to work out that this video is sponsored because if you are in a nuclear Armageddon, because let's just say that nuclear weapons have gone significantly bigger and more deadly since the bombing of Japan in the 1940s, and as a result, if there ever is to be a nuclear war, you're going to need to... So, obviously, we could talk about the Tsar Bomber. It's the biggest USSR bomb ever designed. It's never been tested. But let's talk about the USSR's biggest bomb they've ever tested in reality. And let's actually think about what is the most number of people we could kill. Because obviously, if I'm out here in the Dutch wastelands, having just dropped this bomb, I'm over here in like Dronten where there's a lot of injuries. I need to get some, desperately I need resources to survive. The survival efforts are all gonna be posted around here in Rotterdam. So I need to speak to some Dutch people. I'll be able to do that with my knowledge, of course. But the more important question is, okay, I've made a bad mistake. I'm going on holiday, the same place that I'm dropping a bomb. But where is the best place to drop a bomb? Because my instinct is like, yeah, you pick a major world city. I think, for instance, dropping in Amsterdam versus dropping in London, we're going to get far more fatalities here. Instead of 1.4 million, we can kill 5.5 million people with a single bomb. Am I dead? I am dead. I'm so dead by this map. In fact, isn't it cool? This is radiation immediately. Wait, the green is only radiation radius? Oh, the fireball would also get me. Okay, so I'd be fireballed and also radiated to death, and then also my entire house would be destroyed, and it would take moderate damage as well. And then also, beyond that, there'd be thermal radiation everywhere. It wouldn't be pleasant to be making these videos in a post-nuking the UK world. However, 5.5 million seems pretty low for a single nuclear warhead, right? I feel like there must be places you can do better. And my logical first thought, because, it's fun to look at this and whatever, my logical first thought is like, okay, this gives me vibes somewhere in East Europe, like maybe a Moscow. And yeah, for sure, I bet it's true that, like, Moscow is a great city for killing a lot of people with a single nuclear warhead. Not that I'm assuming Russia wants to do that too soon. But if they did, they could kill a solid... 6.1 million people. I think we broke the map by using it too much. Oh, that's not even centered too. If we center it, instead of 6.1 million, we can get a solid... Oh, actually, yeah, 7.99 million people. You can kill more than 0.1% of the world population near instantly, by the way, plus a ton more injuries, just by dropping it in the right place. But I reckon, I've always assumed, because New York has about 8 million people living in it, but it's kind of, again, that's not accounting for the surrounding area. If you look at New York on a map, as we're gonna do right now, as we're gonna do in this map right here, I should say. If you look at New York on a map, you can see that, like, oh yeah, this is New York right here, but this is New Jersey, a separate jurisdiction, sure. This is one of the big airports in New York. I lived in New Jersey while living in New York, and so there's a ton of people, hundreds of thousands live just here. A few 100,000 people live there. Plus, like, there's the Long Island, Queen Island, all these places must be adding to the number of people there, and therefore must add to the devastation we can inflict, right? So I'm gonna be nice and tactical with this nuclear warhead, as you should always be, kids. Make sure we time this just perfectly. We're gonna make sure the red goes goes just outside the main bit of New York, and it gets as much upstate, west state, east state as we can. So we detonate there, and instead of 7.9 million casualties, you know what we can achieve? So many that the map has, oh yeah, you can tell that's gone above 7. Oh no, maybe it's not. Oh, 7.6 million. I think if we adjust that, we could probably do better. Like, if we go a little further down, for example, like, is anyone living in Yonkers? I mean, is there anyone being cared about in Yonkers, I should say? The answer is probably not. If we go a little bit more downtown, midtown, we can, I'm assuming, get that up from 7.6, maybe up to 7.7. So that tells us that downwards movement is what we need. And so, yeah, the fun game becomes, where's the perfect place to drop a nuclear warhead? And this is what people in the Soviet Union are being paid to work out precisely. However, apparently, Moscow is still a better place to drop a bomb. And so this is where this Wikipedia page right here comes in handy. List of projected death tolls from nuclear attacks on cities. As you can see, there's a handy little Wikipedia chart that tells you that according to various simulations, obviously they're using different nuclear device estimates, so it's a poor comparison, the best place to drop a nuclear warhead is either Tehran, Iran, or Seoul, South Korea. And honestly, as soon as I heard Seoul, I was like, you know what? I know we've done so many estimates there that it's not going to be fair. Because, by the way, just as a fun fact, LA is the second biggest city in the United States. But compared to, I bet compared to New York, it's like pretty depressing. Like, oh, only 4 million people killed with a single bomb? That's why even get out of bed for that. I would be disappointed if I was Putin. I'm gonna launch the world into a new new age of aggression, and I'm gonna do it for 3.9 million. I don't get out of bed for 3.9 million deaths. Anyway, so I think the smart thing to do is like Seoul and all of the surrounding areas, and because it's pretty densely populated, I reckon this is a huge, 0 people die. Problem solved. You know, maybe it just doesn't work because Seoul doesn't have a population, because Google Maps doesn't work correctly in Seoul. So I bet it works on Pyongyang, for example. Forgive me, glorious. Maybe it doesn't work there. Maybe I've just done it too much and now it's broken. So let's just try it as an example. Tokyo. Tokyo is an obvious choice to go up right here, because when you look at world, yeah, I think I broke the thing here. Maybe if we go to okay, let's try this right here. Let's go to Tokyo, Japan. Let's hit detonate. There we go. As you can see, instead of getting a lowly 3 million, or even a pathetic 7, 11.3 million people. So this whole game becomes all about, rather than like, ooh, here's the smart thing you do, you look vilest, you just find a map of world population density, and you find the biggest red zone, and you try to get as much of that in there as you can. And so obviously, what do? You go to China, because Tokyo is a big city, don't get me wrong, 11.3 million people. There's no shame in that. What about Beijing or Shanghai, China? I think Shanghai would be more impressive. But Beijing, China, for example, it's like, nah, you're doing okay, but you know, is that something to write home about? You know, does China alone not have more than, you know, that's not even 1% of the Chinese population, let alone the rest of the country. What about Shanghai? I think Shanghai has more people living in it, but because of the way this bomb's gonna drop. Oh no, wait, we almost have a new record. If we can just center this slightly better, I reckon we can maybe, just maybe, breach our own target here. Oh, we totally can. 10.7 million people dead. And so yeah, I think the real game here becomes find the most densely populated city and drop a bomb there. I think that obviously the Tehran, Iran thing is definitely going to be incorrect. If you want to see that, here is my little nuke. Let's drop it, where should we go? Should we go for Gorgan, Iran? Qom, Iran? Kashan? No, I reckon we go right for the capital city, on the dot. How many people die? A lot, apparently. And this is a video, I'd love to give you the message that, like, this is the reason why we should all be against nuclear weapons. You know, nuclear weapons are bad. Look how many people they kill. You know what doesn't kill people? Our video sponsor. I don't think I can say that. You know, that's like an easy message to take from this. But the real message to take from this is like, man, imagine, we can only go up to, the biggest, you can only go up to 100 megatons. What a tragedy. The big lesson to take from this is like, man, humans are so weirdly weirdly distributed. Because if you take that exact same bomb and you drop it in Siberia, you kill 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. 270 people are injured by something in there. But this same event that is cataclysmic and world end or country ending for somewhere like Japan is like, yes, we drop in Siberian wasteland. I guess we could even, if we look at Japan specifically again, as an example, but we go somewhere, oh, what is happening to this map right now? If we go to like, I think if we, you know, like, if we go to the far north island, right here, and in fact, let's go to one of these island chains, and you drop the bomb there, it's gonna be thousands of deaths, sure, but like, it's impressive how humans congregate. Because again, I know population density is something we think about only when it's kind of convenient, but like, you know, again, even if you take the United States of America, people, I heard that after 9/11, a lot of Americans were like, ooh, they could come for us next. And I heard that from people living in places like, you know, the Dakotas, like, oh, we have the nukes or something. But it's like, if you drop a random, again, if you pick a coast in America, we just pick a random place on the coast, and it's like, how many people do we kill? 0 people. Damn it, it's broken again. But, if you do that, you know, like, you're gonna end up near so many people because it's the coast. In the middle of America, in this, like, big wasteland of nothing, it's like, yeah, you drop a bomb there, people might not know until a few days afterwards. You drop a bomb in Canada, and you know how many people care or notice? 0 people. I know that's just because it's broken, but still, there's a place called Slave Lake in Canada. That is a poor choice for names, I do have to say. You know what? I think it's only fair. I think it's only fair. We get rid of Slave Lake, the way that nature intended, and we drop a nuke on it. But yeah, no, oh, you can show radioactive casualties as a thing too. My point of this video is mostly just to be, isn't life fun? Isn't it wacky how we can drop a nuke on North Korea and ooh. Oh, I guess this is the direction that the fallout heads in. So we can kill a different number of people with it and show that, like, ooh, even if you nuke North Korea, you're still gonna end up with some people dead in Seoul, huh? Wow. Maybe we shouldn't nuke people. Or maybe if we're gonna nuke people, we should be as tactical as possible. You take your own conclusion from this video. I hope you all enjoyed it regardless. Thank you for the sponsor. For you paying me for this madness, apparently. And if you enjoyed it any amount, I don't know, smash that bell. That sounds like a thing people say at the end of videos. Thank you very much for watching though. Second channel, don't care. Goodbye.